Okay, so I wanted to share a banana bread recipe that I've been using for quite a while. You know, it's very, very easy and very simple. Um, so basically, what you're going to need is very simple ingredients. Uh, 1.5 cups of sugar, a half a cup of shortening or butter, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a fourth of a cup of sour milk, milk, half and half, whatever you have. Um, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, 2 medium bananas, and that is it. And you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to do that right now because I haven't done that yet. Okay. So first of all, what I like to do is I like to start with my eggs, and I do it in the stand mixer. Now you can do this with a hand mixer or by hand if you want, but this is just easy. Crack your eggs, get those in there. Wash my hands real quick. Okay, so I like to turn the mixer up really high and get this kind of broken up here. I'll move you to where you can actually see what's going on in my bowl here. Yeah, so I'm gonna get these going. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm gonna get my 2 bananas here, and they're gonna be ripe bananas. Okay, you want them to be ripe. So if you have older bananas that have been sitting a while, in my opinion, once they get to a certain point, they aren't as pleasant to just eat by themselves. So rather than them going to waste, you can use them in your banana bread. So, and a tip for you is keep your trash can like right next to you so you can just throw away all your scraps and your stuff, as you go. Oops. So, but yeah. So, I'm going to throw in these 2 bananas. And, yeah. These are not easy to handle right now because they want to fall apart. Yeah. So, throw those in. Hands. Okay. Now I'm going to throw in my 1/4 of a cup of milk. And let me double check. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I am using homemade vanilla that my mom actually made. You can use the imitation stuff or whatever you have. So that's going to go in there. And then you're going to add all your dry ingredients. Actually, you're going to add your butter or shortening. 1/2 cup is 1 stick of butter, and you want it softened. So that's that. There we go. So, okay, so I'm gonna kind of just break some of this up. You don't have to do this, but it helps. So. Okay, so that's all for the wet ingredients. Now I'm going to add the dry ingredients, which is, again, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 2 cups of flour. So you can just add all this in. I'm gonna turn it on slow and just add it. So it just incorporates. Again, you don't have to do this way. You can do it any way you want. But I just prefer okay. And crank it up again. Alrighty, so that's about it for that. Okay, so what you're gonna do is lower the bowl. Now I'm gonna scrape this down here. Looks pretty incorporated. This one went really smooth. Sometimes they take a while, especially when it's cold. because the butter doesn't want to cooperate. But it's springtime now, so it's not so cold. But yeah, so that is that. Now we're gonna take a loaf pan. I don't know exactly what size this is, but it's a pretty standard loaf pan. You heard my oven. It's preheated. Now what I like to do, now let me move this out of the way. Maybe kind of over here so you can see what I'm doing here. What I like to do, get this out of the way, is I like to take some parchment paper and line my pan. Now, this makes it easier because then you can just lift it out of the pan once it comes out. And so I like to crease it and then push it in. It can be a little tricky at times, but yeah. Okay, so, and then I like to take a little bit of cooking spray and just spray that real quick. And take this. Yeah, alright. We're going to take this and we're going to put it in our pan. We're going to want to scrape this all good. Get it all out of there. This is such an easy recipe. It's nothing crazy. It's pretty much your grandma's recipe. I believe this is a common recipe that they used during the Great Depression and stuff like that. So, very, very easy, very affordable, and simple ingredients. And that's what I want when I cook and bake. I don't like to do anything crazy. I just like it simple, and I like it to be good. And that's what this is. Okay. So, after that, I'm going to... Now, you don't have to do this paper if you don't want to, but I would recommend it simply because it makes cleaning up the pan much easier. I mean, you still have to wash it, but you don't have to like scrub stuff off. And your bread comes out very cleanly and very nicely. So, what you're going to do is you're going to put this in your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're going to bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 50 to 60 minutes, depending upon your oven. my particular oven, I find it comes out better if I do it at 60 minutes. So I'm going to set it for an hour, and you will see the picture when it comes out. So that is how you make banana bread. Nothing to it, really easy. Just takes a little bit of know-how and a little bit of simple ingredients, and it's very cheap and affordable. And once you've done it a few times, it becomes second nature. So I hope you enjoyed that recipe. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.